What's popping, y'all? It's your boy Mark aka Ron. So back with another video. So I am going to be doing my SummerSlam Night 2 review. So apparently, as y'all already know, this SummerSlam, honestly, this weekend has not really been the best event, but I will say that it's okay. That's all I can say at this point, but it's okay. But yeah, we got a lot of things, a lot of matches that we definitely going to have to talk about, especially with the turn of the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. Yes, Brock Lesnar has returned to SummerSlam tonight and officially attacked John Cena. Gave him an F5 and the show went off the air. So, yeah, we're going to get into all the matches. And before we get into any of those things, if you have not already, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you not already yet. Follow me on social media, turn on notifications, because I will be posting every single week. So any further ado, let's get straight into this. SummerSlam Night 2. Alright, so the first match started of Night 2 was the triple threat match with the Women's World Championship. It was Naomi, Rhea Ripley, and Io Sky. I thought this match was alright. Even though we already know that Naomi was going to defeat Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. Apparently what happened in the match, nothing really happened. It's just that all three women, I thought they killed it. And hopefully they do not get a rematch. Hopefully, especially Rhea. Hopefully she does not get a rematch, because I don't think in the last couple of years or so that she has actually been in an actual feud with anybody. Because I don't think she has, other than the fact that she had a feud with a championship, but not a feud without a title. So, yeah, the match was alright. I thought the match was decent. Naomi took the victory here and still retains the Women's World Championship. So, next match that was crazy, that was really chaotic, is the 6-pack TLC match. So you got about 5 teams from SmackDown. This is for the WWE Tag Team titles on SmackDown. So you got the Wyatt Six, Andrade, Rey Fenix, DIY, Johnny Gargano, and Tommaso Ciampa, Fraxium, and the Morrissey Machine Guns, the Street Profits. Oh man, this match, I even thought this match was going to be good. I thought this TLC match was definitely good here. There was a lot of crazy things that I can't even see what's happening where. So the only thing I remember in this match is where there was like a lot of crazy spots, especially one I'm going to talk about specifically. So the only thing I remember in this TLC match was Axiom from Fraxium doing a Spanish fly on Angelo Dawkins through the table. I thought that was crazy. Then I see Rey Fenix doing a frog splash on somebody. I can't remember who it was that he did the frog splash on, but it was insane as well. And everybody is throwing chairs at each other, throwing ladders, everybody's going through tables. And one thing I will say in this match, though, that I was not expecting, that Candice LeRae, Johnny Gargano's wife, she comes out there. She's on top of the ladder, getting the belts, and somehow she gets knocked down crash into another ladder. I thought she took that bump so well. Hopefully she is not hurt. She'll be all right. She's a fighter. She'll be all right. But she took it like a champ, though. She definitely took that bump like a champion. That's all I would say. But DIY, when everybody was climbing on ladders, grabbing the bells, and then DIY crashed into multiple tables. And then Eric Rowan comes in and get into the fray of the match and started attacking the Street Profits. And Speaking to the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez, they did this one spot on Joe Gacy from the Wyatt Six. They was going to do this double suplex on the ladder, but they missed it. So they had to bring him back. They threw him back in the ring, and they had to redo it again, which that was a bit good right there. It was actually good right there. They actually had to redo the spot that somebody missed, but they reinduce it, is what I'm saying. But yeah, man, the Wyatt Six took the titles and they remain as tag team champions. I don't know who else is gonna beat the Wyatt Six. There's not much, really, a lot of tag teams on SmackDown, so I don't know who's gonna face. So they took the victory here and once again regained the tag team titles. So Becky Lynch versus Lara Valkyria for the women's Intercontinental title in a no DQ match. Now I will say this match was alright. Nothing too much really say. It was nothing too much really say other than the fact that they was destroying each other, like completely destroy each other. Sorry. Other than the fact that Bayley came out there and interfered in the match, attacking Becky, and then when Bayley came out before like the match was over, she accidentally strikes Lyra accidentally, and Becky hits the manhandle slam, and she retains. So I don't know. Well, it says that if Lyra loses, she's not going to go after the Intercontinental title unless, well, she's not going to go after the Women's Intercontinental title until Becky is still holding it. So I don't know what they're going to do there. Most likely, Bayley is still most likely going to be still part of the fray here. Apparently, this is not what I think. What they are going to be planning on doing is, I mean, I could be wrong, but I could most likely see a few of the way I see this is seeing Bayley and Lara probably will start a feud. I don't know. I'm just thinking of what could happen. So yeah. If they ended up doing that, then I'll be okay with it. All right. Hold up for a second, y'all. All right. Solo Sikoa faced Jacob Fatu for the United States title in a steel cage match. Honestly, y'all, I'm just ready for Jacob and Solo feud to be over. I honestly don't really care at this point. I legitimately do not care. But this match really wasn't nothing. Other than the fact that Solo's faction got involved, which I probably know that they will get involved somehow. And what they did here, well, Jimmy was out there attacking Tongaloa, Tala Tonga, and Jeff Cobb, JC Mateo. But Solo ended up beating Jacob by escaping the cage, and Jacob afterwards did a moonsault on top of the cage, which I don't know why he did that, but he just did it anyway. So yeah, man, I really don't care about this feud. I'm glad that Solo win here, so they can go on their separate ways. Jacob, what they're doing with Jacob, from what I heard, that they are building him up as a main eventer. They are building Jacob Fatu as a main vendor of the company, and Solo can just do whatever. Because at this point, I don't really care what Solo's doing at this point. I mean, losing to the United States title twice in a row and helping and getting help to win the steel cages, like, I just don't care. I was preferring that Solo would win on his own, but he did. Of course, he was going to get help by on his own fashion, my family tree, which he calls it. There's got to be another name fashion that he could call it. My family tree is like, okay, whatever. So Jacob, since he lost here, even though he didn't get pinned, which is good, but they needed to separate. I'm done with this feud between Solo and Jacob, so they could both go do something else because I really don't care at this point. So Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles for the United States title. Now, before I talk about the match, I will say, before even the match started, I do have to say, when AJ Styles came out, he was coming out with a low rider. He came out driving a low rider, and he had somebody in the car with him. I don't really know what his name was, but he was in there with AJ, and AJ comes out with Eddie Guerrero's gear on. Now that was cool right there. I like doing the whole aspirational of Eddie Guerrero, and that was the part right there. I do like right there, and also that was actually a point of why AJ was dressing like when he was dressing like Eddie. So y'all remember the match with him with Eddie and Rey Mysterio back in 2005 when they was battling against custody of Dominic at the time when Dominic was young. I remember watching that match, and Ray actually won there. So that's the reason why AJ was dressing up like Eddie and the inspiration of Eddie Guerrero, which I definitely love. So I will say the match was alright. The match was okay for what it was. I was thinking that AJ was gonna beat Dominic, even though he had beat Dominic. AJ had pinned Dominic on an episode Raw. I don't know what they're doing with Dominic at this point because he has not really done much with the Intercontinental title. So I was thinking that AJ was going to beat Dominic and take the title there, but they didn't do that. And honestly, a lot of title changes hasn't really been a lot of title changes other than I'm going to talk about next. So yeah, Dominic beats AJ and retains the Intercontinental title. So I don't know who he goes against next. I honestly don't know. Probably Sheamus or anybody that can go up against him. I don't know. But this match was fine. So the main event was John Cena versus Cody Rhodes it's John Cena versus Cody Rhodes in a street fight for the undisputed WWE Championship. Now, I will say, let me talk about this real quick. So, John Cena, though, for the last several months now, ever since WrestleMania, ever since turning heel, there's a side of me where John Cena has been this Superman babyface for so long, and everybody's been waiting for John Cena to turn heel, and I was one of the first people saying that John Cena was going to turn heel. If y'all been seeing my reactions I've been doing lately of John Cena doing one of the best heel promos, everything that he's been doing for the last couple months, go to my channel and check them out. Y'all know what I'm talking about, but everything is going to be on my channel. Me just reacting to John Cena in his promo segments of people like Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and I didn't really react to him and CM Punk when they was feuding. So go ahead and check those things out if you have not. So yeah, man, and to be honest, after WrestleMania, his heel run hasn't really been the best. John Cena, his heel run as WWE Champion has not really been the best at all. And I will be honest, I keep saying this, that John Cena would have been better having to turn heel if The Rock was just not there or Travis Scott. Because for weeks, I've been seeing reports that there was no plans for The Rock or Travis Scott being there during when John Cena's heel run or when John did turn heel. But everything, his heel run would have been better and everything was slightly directed if the booking was right. They literally made John Cena's heel run as a complete waste of time. It was a complete waste of time, man. And I watched a clip from SmackDown. John, cutting this heel promo on Cody. And after that, John just went right back as a babyface. Just in a amount of minutes. He just rambly just went back as babyface. So people are saying that in this match, when John and Cody, there was gonna be like The Rock, was gonna come back and actually get involved, and if it's not gonna be The Rock, then it was most likely gonna be somebody else, or Cody turning heel, which I did not really see Cody turning heel. Not right now, but when we get the heel turn, they are probably gonna save Cody's heel turn later down the line, probably this by the end of the year or so. I don't know, but I can see them saving that later down the line somewhere. But in this match, though, when Cody, I can tell in his face that as he was like being John Cena, there was like a lot of so many hidden finishers, so many near falls in this match. It's like John just hitting the AA on Cody like about 9 times or so in this match. And then he hit, I don't know how many times John hit it, but he hits the AA on Cody on the top rope. And then they started brawling through the crowd. And one thing I will say in this match, though, they went up the entranceway. And this was like this, I don't know how you call it, but where Cody made his intro above underneath the ground, when like it's kind of like when your body gets elevated up to the stage. I don't know what they call it. Somebody let me know what that is, because I've seen this a lot from Cody. I don't know what it is. That's like this this part of the stage where Cody just rides up on stage. Well, somebody let me know about that, what that was. But John was carrying Cody on his shoulders, and John just threw him. Like, John did not hit his finisher on him. Like, John just threw Cody. And then John just carried Cody back to the ring, and John hit his finisher again on Cody on the announcer's table, and then Cody hit his finisher. Like, they was hitting each other's finishers a lot. Like, John kicks out of 3 crossroads when Cody hits the crossroads 3 times. And I don't think this is like the first time that somebody actually kicked out of Cody's finisher when he was doing 3 crossroads, combined it. So John kicked out of that. And then John gets a table, slides to the ring, and John was going to do an AA on Cody through the table, and John did, well, not John, but Cody did a cutter on the table, and then Cody hit the crossroads on John. He pins John 1, 2, 3. Cody Rhodes is your new undisputed WWE champion. Now, since we got the WWE title back on Cody, what's Cody going to do after that? I don't know. But afterwards, John and Cody hug each other, showing mutual respect with one another, and Cody left the ring, and everybody's saying, "Thank you, Cena. Thank you, Cena. Thank you, Cena." And then as John was standing there in the middle of the ring and all that stuff, and like getting a standing ovation and whatnot. And I thought that was like the moment when the show was going to end there. But that didn't happen. Brock Lesnar, the Beast incarnate, the reigning, defending, undisputed WWE Heavyweight Champion of the world, Brock Lesnar. Yes, Brock Lesnar has returned to SummerSlam tonight. And this was something I was not expecting. As soon as his music hits, I was like, I got up out of my couch as I was watching that. I mean, we ain't seen Brock for so long since the last time we saw him. So I got up out of my couch thinking that he wasn't here, and he actually showed up. Like, I just jumped up out of my couch as I was watching that. So Brock Lesnar's walking down to the ring, and John and Brock is looking eye to eye with one another. And they're not keeping their eyes off of one another. I mean, John was just standing there, just looking at Brock, and that whole time, Brock just standing up, like, he's standing like outside the ringside, wearing his cowboy hat and all this other stuff. Like, Brock looks like in incredible shape, though. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Brock got into the ring and hits John with the F5, and that's how the show went off the air. So yeah, I don't know why Brock Lesnar is back. I did hear something that he was banned from wrestling from what I heard, from what I saw like a post on Instagram, that his involvement with the whole Janelle Grant with him and Vince and other people that was involved. I don't know what the issue, what was the reason that he came back, but I was excited to see him. I really was. But the thing is, though, even though I don't know if they're gonna do a match with John Cena and Brock Lesnar, because I can probably tell that's probably what they're gonna do. But the thing is here, why is Brock Lesnar back, though? We gotta get an answer why he's back. So hopefully we get some answers about that tomorrow night on Raw. If we get those type of answers that we're looking for. So that's it for my SummerSlam Night 2 review. Y'all let me know, what was your favorite match of Night 2 that you enjoyed? Because for me, Night 2, not just Night 2 of SummerSlam, but both nights of the show SummerSlam, you know, outside of Seth Rollins cashing in his briefcase on CM Punk and winning the world title, I thought that was good. I thought that was a shocking moment. And I thought tonight while I was watching when Brock, after John got beat by Cody, losing the WWE title, and Brock Lesnar coming back, I thought that was a moment right there on the night. But other than matches, though, it was, you know, it was I just wasn't feeling enough things or excitement coming through these matches. Like, even though, like, SummerSlam, though, it's supposed to be, like, you know, like the biggest party of the summer. And SummerSlam did not feel like the party of the summer. I mean, I guess, but at the same time, it just wasn't. It's like random matches being put on the card with no story, and there's like no excitement to any of these matches that I would not will even care about. Except for a couple matches I will definitely be intrigued by. But this is just SummerSlam. I think what WWE did just was not, it was just not excitable enough for me. It kind of just wasn't. So hopefully what Brock or John will say tomorrow night on Raw, if they're not going to show up on Raw, it's going to probably leave everything on SmackDown. So I don't know what's going to happen there. But yeah, y'all let me know in the comments, what was your favorite matches from SummerSlam this weekend that y'all enjoyed the most? Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. And follow me. All social medias down below. I'll be back with another video. Peace.
My moment to shine. This is my time of flight. I've been grinding forever just for this very night. I've been pushing for many moments like this. This time is undervalued and no one ever could.